Republican Congressman Andrew Clyde of Georgia, who voted against awarding police officers the Congressional Gold Medal for their bravery in protecting the Capitol on January 6th. These are the people who put their lives on the line. Refusing yesterday to shake hands with one of those officers, D.C. officer Michael Fanone, who was badly beaten in the Capitol attack. He later spoke about the encounter.
I asked him if he was going to shake my hand, and he told me that he didn't know who I was. So I introduced myself. I said that I was Officer Michael Fanone, that I was a D.C. Metropolitan Police officer who fought on January 6th to defend the Capitol. And as a result, I suffered a traumatic brain injury as well as a heart attack after having been tased numerous times at the base of my skull, as well as being severely beaten. At that point, the congressman turned away from me, pulled out his cell phone. It looked like he was attempting to pull up like an audio recording app on his phone, and again, like never acknowledged me at any point. As soon as the elevator doors opened, he ran as quickly as he could, like a coward.
Congressman, I just can't even begin to understand it, but you actually witnessed other incidents like this yesterday.
Of course. But I'll tell you on this incident, so I know I'm good friends with Michael Fanone. I've gotten to know him. He doesn't hide this. The guy used to be a Republican, right? He used to think that Donald Trump was the one out there for back in the blue. It's amazing to me. When you are a coward taking cowardice votes, voting against the gold medal for the cops, if you had a legitimate reason, fine. That was a cowardice vote for these 21 Republicans because they didn't want to have to face their base and admit it was an insurrection. But then you stand in the company of a hero. I understand why you would shut down. I understand why you would freeze and not know what to say, because you are standing with people that know the truth, because you're out there spewing lies. And Representative Clyde's the one that said this was nothing but a tour group that day. And Fanone is there saying, look, I've got a story. I'll show you the body camera. And it's much easier to shut down and run away than it is to confront that.
Well, this guy saw the video. He saw the video of cops being beaten by the American flag. This guy saw the video of cops having their heads crushed in doors. This guy has seen the videos of cops being on the ground, being tased.
He was like, he was like
freaking out.
He was hiding.
And yet he was there freaking out.
Yeah.
So now he's lying, saying that this never happened, that it was just a tour group.
And then,
so what do you do with
this hero stands in his company and he freezes. And that's why it's so important for this information to come out, because our base out there, the Republican base that believes anything, anything from an FBI to its Black Lives Matter to its, Antifa, anything but what it was. When you see your heroes, quote unquote, that are standing up there making up these stories, freeze in the presence of a heroic police officer who's a Republican, by the way, and is disheveled and disenfranchised by the party at this moment because he feels left behind by it.
There's a cop, though. I mean, again, I'm not a Republican anymore. I'm still a conservative. I mean, you shake hands with cops.
You shake hands with anybody. Particularly with the cops.
But I'm saying with anybody, but with any hero, but especially they're running around going, defend the blue, support the blue.
Right.
Not even shaking hands with cops.
How about just
Thank you. You were there that day.
You were there.
Yeah.
I was in that chamber. You are out there trying to keep these people from coming in. How about you look the man in the eye and you say thank you?
And not just him. 140 law enforcement officers were injured.
That's the thing. That's the point.
140.
I talked to one officer, and if you talked to him in person, he could have walked up and said, let me show you my scars, right? On his hand, on his foot. He had surgery. And he also was someone who was not ever political previously, but who watched Brian Sicknick's mother go and beg these members of Congress to actually vote for this January 6th commission. He said, I can't sit here on my couch anymore. He's been off work until just a week or so ago. He's like, I can't sit here anymore and be apolitical when these members of Congress that I defended are refusing to say anything.
And Jonathan Lemire, it's something that David Remnick was talking about. Yes, we worry about Russia. We have to worry about our own country, the divisions that they're exploiting.
Yeah, and it's all tied together. This is all the dovetail. It's about the mistruth, the lies from the White House, from former President Trump, created this atmosphere, created what happened on January 6th, created those poll numbers for Vladimir Putin, where there are more Republicans support him than President Biden because of this warped sense of reality.